Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an exciting video. We are going to be doing a 2 looks, 1 palette using the beautiful Oden'S Oud palette. I don't think I'm saying that correctly, but that's how we're going with it because that's how I've heard other people say it. This is your gorgeous grungy dream grunge greens with this like murky plum shade. It's so beautiful. You've got beautiful shimmers, 3 mattes. It's a small pan palette. It's 6 pans. And you get very beautiful looks out of it. It's very me. As soon as I seen this colour shade, I was like, I have to. The contrast between this and the greens and then these lighter shades, oh my god. And the shimmer I have showcased in this look is beyond stunning. I'm obsessed with this palette. I can see myself definitely bringing this away with me because it's so small. I'm just getting a lot of green fun looks out of it. But yeah, I'm very excited to get into my 2 looks on palette, 2 very different looks hopefully, and see what else we can create with it. Before we get into our 2 looks, my Instagram is linked down below where I post all my up close pictures of my looks, so go follow that down below for some more content, as well as my TikTok because there's also extra content going on over there if you want to see some more of me. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see more videos coming up. We have got declutters, we've got random chatty videos about makeup, we have got first impressions, we've got 2 looks on palettes, we have got videos of things that I don't even have time to do, but I'm doing them anyway for you guys. So yeah, it's all coming up, so hit subscribe down below. So let's not ramble on anymore. Let's get into look number 1. Okay, so we're going to get into look number 1 using the beautiful Oud palette, and I'm going to do a halo-ish kind of eye. I'm going to use this, I want to use the green, and I want to use probably this khaki here. I mean, there is only 6 shades in the palette, so I'm going to repeat shades a lot in these looks, but it's going to be like a winged out halo, but kind of more precise, not very blown out. A little bit blown out, but like not really. You'll get the gist in a bit. It's almost like kind of like doing like a big black wing liner, putting the shimmers on top, except I'm doing it with shadows, and it's going to be a bit more, I don't know how to describe it to you guys, but you'll see as we get there. My skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, my bronzer is on because that's a cream and I wanted to set my face. But that's all listed down below so you can see what I use there, and I'll let you know what my bronzer is when we get towards the end. So we're going to start. I'm going to take the shade Memory, which is like the light kind of sagey green, and I'm taking a 224 from MAC, just a big fluffy brush. Any fluffy brush will do. And this is not necessarily an essential step. This is just, I want to throw a little bit of this in the crease just to add something there for me to get a bit of definition and also bring more colors into the look. I'm not like bringing that to the outer corner because we're going to be applying another shade out there. It's more just applying it through that crease. So if something, if I do blend a little bit, there's something there to blend into. Okay, so once I have that on, I'm going to take a Real Techniques lip brush, just like a small little brush like this. I just want a little bit of precision for mapping out what I want to do here. I'm going to take the shade Past, which is our deep, dark, plummy shade. So I'm going to start by kind of mapping out a wing. Doesn't have to be perfect, I just want a wing shape. So getting my angle going here and then looking straight into the mirror. So my mirror is just down here. Looking straight into the mirror, I'm going to start kind of mapping, sketching that into the crease and then meet it up with that wing shape. And then taking a little bit more. So I have this sort of shape going. As I said, it doesn't have to be clean or anything like that, just because I'm going to blend it a little bit anyway. And then again, looking dead straight, I've got my little Yoda mirror down here and I'm just going to curve out the crease area in here, but I'm not going to meet in the middle, so I'm leaving a gap in the middle. I know it's going to be weird, it's one of those trust the process kind of looks, and I don't even know if this is going to turn out the way I want it to. I want to be a bit creative with the shapes I'm going for. I want something a little bit different. We're just going to see how that goes, and then with that Past shade I'm just filling in a little bit, just filling in the wing here a little bit, just up as far as where it meets the lid, and then in here we're just going to fill in also a small bit, kind of like a halo eye. That's what I meant by saying like we're kind of doing a halo eye but kind of not really doing a halo eye. Okay, so not perfect, but it'll do for now. I'm going to take a clean 221S from MAC and we're just going to start with whatever's on the eye, just softening the edge. I don't want to blend it up, that's not the vibe we're going for. I just want a blurred edge, just not as harsh, and this also make it look a little bit cleaner. And I'm only going to pick up product if I feel like I absolutely have to. I'm really trying not to. And if I do pick up any product, it's not going to be with this brush, it's going to be with my other one, the little lip brush. Just blend it so it tapers off here in the middle, so it's not, doesn't just stop all of a sudden. It should look like it's almost going to meet, but not quite. And then the wing out here, just giving that a little soften as well. Keep dragging. Okay, there's a little bit of fallout, but I'll tidy that up in a little while, and I can also clean up underneath, like with the shadows if I need to as well. but I'm actually really liking how this has gone so far. I know it looks mental, but we're gonna get there. So I'm gonna take an e.l.f. concealer brush, just like a little flat brush that I would use this more for actual eyeshadow, and a little bit of NYX glitter primer, as we usually do. And we're just gonna pop that all mostly down the middle, but also kind of across the eye, overlapping with that darker shade, because the darker shade did blend up into the lid a little bit more, which is fine because we're going to be overlapping anyway, so it kind of helps with that. And then we're going to take the shade Luxury. So really, I'm excited to use this one again, because this is going to be the look where you'll really see it showcased, because I did use that along with the shade Glodenier, the kind of silvery one, on my lid the last time. But this is the kind of shadow you want it on its own, just doing its own thing, shifting in the light. That's what you want. So she is going to go all over the lid, up as far as where the gap is there. We're not going past that, and just across where we applied the glitter primer. And it's just the perfect green. I love it. Okay, so now that we have that on, I'm taking a little bit more of past, but I'm actually taking some on that fluffy brush, and I'm only going to use that just to soften in this edge between the green and the dark purple. So the purple should just kind of almost like wrap right around that green. I love that so much. This is going very well and I'm very happy. So I'm just going to tidy up my under eye a little bit, and then we'll work on the lower lash. Okay, so for the lower lash, I'm going to use the shade Nostalgia, the murky green, because have to. It's a murky green, why not? And this is just like, it's basically the same as the MAC 214 brush, but it's a Harry Potter one. I got it in Primark. It's just a cheap version of it. I'm just gonna run that nice and heavy along the lower lash, and then just start blending that down a little bit, because we know how much I like a smoked out lower lash. Okay, and then the last little step, I'm just wiped off that flat brush that I used for the green on the lid, and we're going to take the shade Time, which is that golden white sort of shade, champagne-y kind of colour. Just picking up a little bit of that, and that's just going to go be my inner corner highlight. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to finish off the eyes. I'm excited to see how it comes together with like a lip and everything like that on. I don't know what kind of lip I want to do. I'm not sure. We'll see once I put lashes on, and I'll be able to decide. So I will jump off. I'll let you know what I use on the rest of my face when I get back. Alrighty guys, so this is how the finished look is. I added a couple of little extra things to the face, which I'll go through in a second, but I'm feeling this look right now. I feel a lot on my looks, but considering how I wasn't sure about how this look was going at the beginning, I'm very happy with how it turned out. I can't wait to photograph it. I'm so excited. So let's go through everything that I used on my face. So to finish off the eyes, I didn't do any liner on my upper lash line because I didn't feel like it, and also the wing shape is already kind of there, plus the lashes are there, so it made no difference. So for my waterline, I wanted to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Mars, which I did use, but it was very blue toned emerald, like nearly teal compared to these greens. So over top of it, just to kind of knock it down and make it more like the lid shade here, I went in with the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in the shade All Time Olives, just like an olive, where this is more of an emerald. So the mix of the two together is what's on my waterline. My mascara then is my Hourglass Caution mascara. This is definitely my last day using this. I'll be starting a new one tomorrow. My lashes are the Kash Beauty Crystal Nights lashes, this gorgeous bad boy. I'm definitely going to buy another pack of these because these are my favourite lashes. And I use the style Aurora. So these are longer on the outside here, a little bit softer on the inside, so you can still see all the shadows, but they give a nice winged effect. And then for my little extra thing, I popped a little moon stamp on here because it's giving me a little bit of witchy vibe, so I felt like a little moon stamp. So this is the Colourpop QT Mark, and it's just a moon. It's just a moon. They do a star and a heart. I have the star, but I'll have a heart from a different brand, but just a moon. These do stain though. Well, they stain me anyway. I always have a hard time getting them off. So if in my next look, because I'll be filming that tomorrow, you can see a little mark from that, ignore it, it's from the moon stamp. Onto cheeks, my contour is a new bad boy. Literally bought it yesterday and started using it today. This is the Cash Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Shady Beach, and it's quite golden. Like, it's a bit warmer than say like my Larizzi bronzer stick or my Fenty Butter Biscuit. It's even warmer than that, but I actually really like how it turned out. I think it's gonna be a lovely one in the summer. I don't know, I'm very into cream contour at the minute, or cream bronzer at the minute as well. My blush is an old one from MAC. This is the Margin blusher, just quite neutral, just to give a little bit of colour, a bit of warmth onto the cheeks. I didn't want to take anything away from the colours on the eyes. And then my super glowy highlight is nothing other than the Charlotte Tilbury Multi Glow Beautifier Beautifying All Over Glow highlighter. It's one of the ones with the 4 colours in it, and this is in Pillow Talk, the lighter one. So I mostly use like these first 3, like the white kind of champagne and then the pinky one. I very rarely use this one unless I have more purpley kind of look going on, but it's mostly those 3, and that's what's on my cheeks. So onto lips, a little bit of a combo going on here to achieve this look. I went in my MAC lip pencil in Stone, which is like a very grey brown, and I lined the lips, filled it in. But to warm that up, I went in with another MAC product, one I don't think I've used yet. This is the Powder Kiss lipstick in Teddy 2.0, just like a warm, it's basically Velvet Teddy in the Powder Kiss form, so it's a little bit sheerer, a little bit softer. And yeah, I just popped that on all over. And then I felt like a gloss, because why not? We would like to be a glossy babe. So I went in with Buxom. This is just their lip gloss in Sugar. It's just like a neutral, just a neutral, very 90s neutral. I love it. I think this lip combo is beautiful. I didn't realize this was like a minty one, so it's like very minty right now. All right, so that is look number 1. I'm very happy with this. I think in my next one I'm going to do a softer one though, because the first one I did in my first impressions was quite grungy using this palette, and this is also quite grungy, so I think we're going to do a little bit softer. Still obviously a bit weird, but still a little bit softer. But yeah, I'm loving this. Definitely Slytherin vibes. Love this so much. I'm definitely a Slytherin, so I'm feeling my vibes right now. But yeah, that's look number 1. Let's see what we do for look number 2. Okay guys, so let's get into look number 2 using the gorgeous Oud palette from Oden'S. We're going to do quite a simple look. I'm mostly just going to use Memory, maybe a little bit of Nostalgia, but mostly this will only be just to deepen up a little bit. And then we're going to use Time, which is the kind of champagne-y sort of colour, and it's just gonna be quite a simple look. I might add some like rhinestones or crystals or something like that to my face, and maybe a green lip I think might go quite well with this. So that's it. My skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, my cheeks are done, but I'll go through my cheeks once we get towards the end of the look and let you know what I used on my face then. Okay, so we're going to start with the shade Memory, the very light kind of minty sage kind of colour, and I'm taking that on a Lavender Luxe number 5 brush from BH Cosmetics, just a big fluffy brush, and we're just going to build that up in the crease. Now it's quite a light shade, but I want this to be a softer kind of look. I'm only going to add Nostalgia in if I feel like it's not coming up as strong as I want to, but I still mostly want it to be this colour, so even if I use Nostalgia, it's going to be very blended out. And this Memory shade is like, it's almost like a sequin. It's got a very soft satiny kind of finish to it, but it's still pretty matte and it still gives you a bit of definition. I'm definitely going to add the Nostalgia shade though, because it is quite light and I've built it up a good bit there. I'm going to take that same colour on a 219 and we're going to just run that all along the lower lash, just to give us a little bit of definition under here. Add the colour along here. Oh, my mirror actually matches this colour. Okay, and then we're going to take Nostalgia, so that murky khaki kind of green, and I'm taking that on another Lavender Luxe brush from BH Cosmetics. This is number 6, which is like a small skinny little flimsy blending brush, and I'm using this specifically because it won't like go too heavy. I can be very light pressured with it. And I'm just popping that through the crease very lightly. Just whatever I picked up there, that's all I'm blending for now. And I'll only add more if I feel like I absolutely have to. As I said, I still want this to be that Memory shade mostly. So it just wants to be that much for now. Again, I still might add a little bit more, but I'm happy enough with that for now. I'm going to take that same pencil brush and just take a little dab of Nostalgia. Just a small bit. And we're just going to run that about halfway across the eye. I want this to give me like woodland fairy vibes. Now I'm going to take my glitter primer from NYX, just popping a bit on the back of my hand as normal. And I'm using just a flat brush. I got this one off eBay. It's just a flat brush. Any flat brush will do. Your finger will also work. But I'm using a brush to help that stay tacky, so that way it will help pick up the shadow better. And I'm just patting that all over the lid. Okay, and then we're going to take the shade Time, which is the more white gold shade, pick it up on the same brush because it's a little bit tacky. This one's like a flaky kind of shimmer. It's beautiful though. It's just a little bit chunkier, so you just have to be layer a little bit more and a little bit more slowly. But it's got the most beautiful like champagne and pink sparkles in it. I'm not doing anything cut creasy with that. I'm just going to go in with that brush that I use for Nostalgia and just blend around the edges of that. Oh, she's beautiful. It's like magic. So it's a very simple look. It's a very kind of whatever kind of look. But I'm going to take that same shade Time, just a little bit, and we're just going to pop that on the inner corner. Just wrap it around the tear duct. Give us a nice pop in here. Okay, I think that's it, to be honest. It's weird when they say you want to make your eyes look bigger, make go lighter with eyeshadow, it makes them pop out more. But when I do lighter eyeshadow, already got kind of big eyes. When I do lighter eyeshadow, it makes my eyes look smaller. And then if I do dark eyes, it makes them look bigger. I don't know. It's very weird. So I'm going to jump off. All I have to do is like my mascara. I'm not doing any liner. I want to keep this nice and soft and airy. Mascara, lash, my little crystals. I'm just going to stick them on with lash glue. I've got a couple of different colours I want to go for. And a lip, and I'll come back and let you know what I used on the rest of my face. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I went a bit crazy with the rhinestones to give the full fairy vibes. But we're going to go through everything that I used on my face. So to finish off the eyes, nice and simple, I went in with this guy here. This is the K-Pop Eye Candy eyeliner. It's from Primark. It's basically like the NYX. Do you remember those ones that came out with like a whitened version of coloured liners and then a blackened version of coloured liners? It was like a blackened purple, a blackened red, and then there was like a whitened blue and a whitened, it was that kind of thing. These are basically the same thing but the whitened ones, and this one is in the shade Frosting, which is just like a mint kind of colour. So I just popped that in my waterline. Mostly looks kind of white, but it gives an illusion of a green there. My mascara then is a new one. I've moved on, but you will probably see in future videos, same with like my NYX glitter primer, because some of them are like filmed before or after this one, like, so just it chops and changes. But this is my It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, just a little sample that I had, so I decided to use up. I want to use up all my little sample ones, my small ones, before I dive into my bigger mascaras. And then for lashes, I went in with my House of Lashes Midnight Looks, which are super spiky, wispy, very fairy, like these give me fairy vibes, so that's the kind of vibe I wanted to go for. And then the rhinestones I just got in an art and hobby shop. So very simple, there's no name on them. They're just like, I've got different coloured ones and I just pop some mint green ones and, well, sagey green ones and silver ones on. Just went a bit mad. Couldn't stop myself, so. And I matched both eyes as well. Onto cheeks then, I went in with my Juvia's Place Bronze Duo in Light, and I used the lightest shade because I'm still not tan enough for the darker shade. But the lighter shade is what I used for my bronzer. My blush then is the MAC Extra Dimension blush in this shade Look Don't Touch, which came out with like their Cherry Blossom collection. The Clinique Melon Pop Cheek Pop blush is very similar to this, so you get a very similar effect to that. Just wanted a nice soft pink, soft corally pink, but more pink to go with the greens on the eyes. And then for highlight, I thought this would be the perfect highlight for this look. This is the Oden'S Eye, the Sol Mon Moonlight Feel highlighter in Moon Talk, which is like the green kind of mermaidy looking one, and I popped that on the high points of my cheeks and my nose as well. And then for lip, I said I was going to do green, and I kept my promise, so I went in with my LA Splash Presents Classic Horror liquid lipstick in the shade Monster, which is like a nice khaki green. It matches the Nostalgia shade, the one that I used to deepen up this look a little bit. Matches that perfectly. That is my finished look, and that is our 2 looks 1 palette all done. Finally, I've been holding on to this palette for a long time, and I'm finally getting around to finishing off what I started with this. This is just a great colour story, is the only way I can describe it. It's so beautiful. Darkest shade is a matte, lightest shade is a shimmer, and you've got a nice transition for different things. You can get a weird look out of it because this is more of like a plummy kind of shade with the greens, and green and purple don't usually blend well together, but it gives you a nice murky look to the eye, which I do really like. But you can do an all green look or an all, well, not really all purple look, but like a look with the plummy shade. But I just think it's such a beautiful colour story. I love Luxury is probably my favourite shade in the whole palette, as well as Nostalgia. I do really like that shade because I love me a murky green. But yeah, I'm so happy with this palette. I'm so happy I have it. I will eventually do, probably once this video goes live, a Oden'S Eye ranking video as well, like I did with my Kaleidos, because now I'm out of Oden'S Eye palettes to use. I think I don't have any more in my collection that I've yet to use, so I think I can do my Oden'S Eye ranking now. So I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think of this look, and which look was your favourite using this palette? As always, at the end of my 2 looks 1 palettes, I don't know. Like, I'm definitely between this and the first look in this video, between those 2. I'm very much feeling my fairy nymph kind of vibes, but I did love the weird kind of way I did the kind of halo wing shape in the first look. I don't know. So you let me know down below and we'll go with whatever you guys pick. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support to get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up, to see that Oden's Eye palette ranking coming up and more declutters, more first impressions, more palettes, more fun things coming up. So hit subscribe down below. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below. We're posting all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all my looks, and my TikTok is down there as well if you want to see a little bit of extra content. And I think that's everything for me, guys, so I will see you in the next video. Bye.